It was Arena League football at its best. 76 points in the first half alone. And in the final 57 seconds of play, 3 touchdowns. The Soul was right on the edge. They were walking the plank. Walk the Plank is presented by Foods Galore, preferred food supplier for Chickies and Pete's since the start. Bargain Car, Truck and Van Rental in Brookhaven, Broomall, and Chadds Ford. Bradford White Water Heaters, the official water heater of the Philadelphia Soul. Geno's Steaks, the best cheesesteaks in Philadelphia since 1966. Susquehanna Bank, the preferred banking partner of the Philadelphia Soul. Valley Forge Casino Resort, located just 2 minutes from the King of Prussia Mall on North Gulf Road. And by Bud Light. Here we go. It's Walk the Plank, the Philadelphia Soul story, presented by Foods Galore and held each week right here at Chickie and Pete's in South Philadelphia. Hello again, I'm Lou Tilley along with Doug Plank, the head coach of the Philadelphia Soul, Tom Goodhines, the general manager of the Philadelphia Soul, and my broadcast partner, including this coming weekend at Jacksonville. Doug, I made the joke you were walking the plank, and it was an AFL game that came right down to the final before you prevailed 69-62 at Milwaukee the other night. But boy, there was some strategy and then some in the final minute of play.
You know, the reality is you can make big plays during the course of the game, first, second, third quarter, but it's those last minute of each half. They're going to determine the outcome of the game. Now, in the first half, we failed to get in and catch Milwaukee, so we were really in a situation in the fourth quarter that we had to have possession, final possession of the ball, and score a touchdown, which we did.
Well, I think, Doug, also, too, it's not the first time that that's happened to you this year. At Orlando, home against San Jose, you made the adjustment at halftime defensively, and again, you have been successful with it.
You know, it's hard to play the same defense the entire game. Offenses adjust to it. What we did in the first half was totally different from what we did in the second half. We ran a defense which forced Milwaukee to check down the ball underneath, short routes, short passes, and then in the second half, once we had them in that mindset, we really clamped it down. A lot of man-to-man coverage, really took away those easy throws, and it resulted in stops for our defense.
They had 41 points in the first half, just 21 in all of the second half. But the wild card in that 41 points in the first half, 2 touchdowns returned by Rodgers, their kick returner.
And really, that's, you know, I worry about special teams, not just because the points it puts on the board, Lou. It brings emotion to the sideline, and nothing changes the complexion of a game like a big play on special teams, and that's what they were able to get, 2 kickoff returns. So I know that they were excited, enthusiastic that first half, and we were going to have to battle that in the second half.
Here's the good stuff, and your highlights is always here on the Soul Show. Walk the Plank brought to you by Bud Light. So here we go with some of the more, and the comeback in the final minute of the game, Doug. Twice you go Dan Rotteball to Donovan Morgan. You have to score right at the 1 minute mark, and that was an easy one. Almost looked like they let him walk in. And then Milwaukee has the chance to tie you, and you let them walk in with just enough time left on the clock.
What is so hard being a defensive player and coach is to allow a team to score.
It goes against your grain, doesn't it?
It goes against your grain.
Yeah.
But you know, as you've seen now in the National Football League,
Yeah,
I was on a
it.
team in the NFL that allowed a team to score just so they could get the final possession. So you can't just look at the Arena League and say, you know, shame on you for letting them score. It happens everywhere, college, NFL. It just so happened it worked out for us.
Well, we even talked, Doug, before the broadcast here about the 2 kick returns. You take those out of the equation, it's a different ball game. But how about the offensive line got pieced together? No Zip Duncan because of the injury, and no Christian Johnson, who were both put on IR in the last 2 weeks. A little bit of a mix there that made it a little bit difficult on the offensive line, but seemed to get through okay.
Yeah, you know what? And when you're in football, nothing is worse than not being able to protect your quarterback. So what Tom just talked about, you can't take that lightly. I mean, that's 2 solid performances with the fewest sacks, more rushing yards than anybody else, leading scoring offense in the league. I mean, those 2 guys being out, that was not a small loss for us.
And here's where the Soul now stands. With 13 out of 18 regular season games now in the books, the Soul on top of the pile easily in their division at 10-3 as Cleveland falls back into the rearview mirror at 6-6. Milwaukee now 4-8. And it's the best record in all of the AFL as well. In the power rankings, Tom, now have the Soul back into the second slot.
Back at number 2, Coach. But again, you're a guy that's not big on those polls and trying to figure that out. It's been more of what you bring on the field.
It really is. I think that you want to have momentum going into the second half of the season, and I think we've done that. We've proven to ourselves that we can get behind early in games and still come back. I mean, that's not what a coach really likes to do, but I think it shows the character of our team. Nobody panics. We just continue to focus on what jobs we need to do, and we get back in games.
And yet it took this big throw from Dan Rotteball, who had thrown 2 second-half interceptions in the clutch with just seconds left, and I mean this window that he threw to Donovan Morgan was about this wide, and he got it in there.
And what really, he threw it between 2 defenders.
Yeah.
That play is designed that you're supposed to throw it between 2 defensive backs that have the ability to go ahead and close on that ball, and speed and velocity on the football is a must, and Dan did it.
Yeah. And it took some guts, especially with a couple of mistakes. Well, Tiger Jones and Donovan Morgan both go over 125 receiving yards in the same game. We have one half of that tandem coming up later in the show. Tiger will join us. Leonard Lundy, our great Soul sponsor, will be here to tell you about his great giveaway coming up at the next Soul Hold game. And the next Soul Home game is coming up on Father's Day, Sunday at the Wells Fargo Center. We're on the road this coming Saturday at Jacksonville, but we're home on the 24th against Pittsburgh. And we urge you to bring any collectible, non-perishable canned goods, and it's going to fill abundance. We ask you to join us there on the 24th and get your tickets at 888-789-SOUL. And coming up next, he is the key now and maybe the Defensive Player of the Year in the AFL. The big defensive end, Brian Robinson, comes back to join us when you come back with us right here on Walk the Plank.
Let's see what the call is. If you've been seriously injured in an auto accident, remember this name. If you're being pressured by the insurance company to take a settlement that isn't fair, remember this name. If you need someone to fight for you to get the money you deserve, remember this name. Lundy Law. Call 1-800-LUNDY-LAW. Winning millions for clients in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware for over 50 years.
We got this!
The Soul are breaking down walls, along with records, the best in the Arena League. Another title in sight this summer. Get your seats now. Next home showing, Father's Day, June 24. 888-789-SOUL. And online at PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
We got this!
You have 25 hours of things to do every day and just 24 hours to do them. Finding time to manage your money can be a chore. Susquehanna Bank offers a variety of checking options to help. Whether you're on the road, at home, or anywhere in between. And even though convenience is its own reward, it's just one of the many we offer. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for busy people like you. Member FDIC.
Scott, he's doing a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chicky and Pete's as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage, because I still have my wife and I still have you.
Welcome back to Walk the Plank, the Soul Show, right here from Chickies and Pete's in South Philadelphia. Pete Cherokee, the owner of the Great Sports Bar, of course, one of the owners of the Philadelphia Soul. On our show, brought to you by Foods Galore, Scotty Kindness, Vice President. We thank him. I'm Lou Tilley, Tom Goodhines, and welcoming for the first time this year, Brian Robinson to the show. And you're a contender, Tom, I agree, for Defensive Player of the Year in the AFL, and they don't talk about defense much in this league, do they?
No, not very much. We don't get too much publicity at all. So
We'll work on that though. But 8 sacks, leading the team with 8 sacks. You got 6 block kicks, which is tying the league record.
That's unheard of.
Ties the league record for that. How do you bring that to the table? What drives you to get to the sacks and these blocks. You just have a way of getting in those cracks.
I just want to play. I love the game. Arena football is definitely a different form of it, but it's still football at the end of the day, and I love it. And I know the only way I can make my team better is if I do my job. So that's all it boils down to. I can do.
Now, Brian,
what
you're what, 6'3", 275?
I'll probably add on about 10, 15.
Well, as the year goes on,
Surprising,
some more of these chickies and peas fries.
Yeah.
But you know, one of the things that I love about the team, Tom, and you put it together is you're a local guy, right? From down in Delaware?
Yes,
Whereabouts?
sir. I'm from Dover, Delaware, born and raised. Went to high school in Camden, Delaware, which is 2 minutes outside of town, and went to Weston College for my collegiate career, which is right smack dab in the middle of the town. So.
And you guys were a powerhouse. You won 47 games in your 4 years.
We were fortunate enough to kind of hit at the right time. A lot of the guys came in same time, and we just put the school on the map, I guess you could say. So I was fortunate in it. It's helped me out in my pro career. So I mean, I guess I've been blessed so far.
Yeah, good job.
The guy who puts up big numbers, usually there's a lot of good guys around you as well. Dustin Barno, Brandon Perkins, Justin Warren. Talk a little bit about what they help you do.
Without a doubt. Barno's been with me, I know, the most consistent one all year with me out there. And then the addition of Perkins, when he finally got his hamstring right, he just came in and he changed the game in the middle. You know, he added speed with power. It's really helped us out because it forces the quarterback to take a step back. The addition of TJ Langley there, he's getting a good push, good bull rush up the middle.
He's probably the secret weapon that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah, the people aren't betting on him too much, and he's just helping us out so much. He brings another level of intensity to our game, and we just look, over the past 3 or 4 weeks, we really hit on a different level.
What's it like now? You look at your offense all year, right? And aside from the injuries, now the Zip Duncan and Christensen there, you know they've been the stable unit. Nobody messes with them, right? But you guys, Doug Plank's got guys coming and going on defense all year, because that's his baby, right? I mean, he really coaches you up.
Yeah. Coach Plank is what I call a player's coach, and I love to play for him because he's just. You never know what you're going to get out of him, but I know he loves that defense, and he's always got some input on whatever we do on the defensive line or the secondary. It's just been constant building and getting better every single week. If we add somebody in, you know, they're coming in and they're fitting right in, and, you know, it's just been working.
Now, 6 blocks. Now, in this league, with the very narrow goalposts, the kicker takes a little more time to set the ball. It gives you an extra second or two to get there.
Right.
Have you been coming from the same place, up the middle, from the sides? How are you doing it?
I've really been working with Coach Finn on that. We've been trying to throw together different schemes and game plans, trying to hit people, at their weakest point. I mean, it shows on film. You'll see a little bit of pressure from somebody else, a team from the previous week. And that's really all we do. Me and Perkins will game plan and we'll crisscross, or I'll just shoot the gap on the inside. You know, trying to just mix it up and play with their heads a little bit.
But he's so quick, Tom. He overran the kick. He almost missed it in Milwaukee.
He's got the speed. I think what we need to do is show the highlight and critique his kicking ability.
Yeah.
Because he actually came
about?
through the line and actually beat the kicker to the ball and kicked it himself.
Yeah.
It was. I honestly, we laughed and joked about it immediately after the play and on the plane home. It just happened so quick. I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to protect myself from getting a low blow. So I just booted it out of there.
Ever seen a block that way? It just never happened.
Yeah.
Could be a new way to score in the Arena League.
Yeah. I did what I had to do, took off running.
Brian Robinson wears number 12 when you watch the Soul on TV this weekend down in Jacksonville on the Comcast Network, 7 o'clock airtime. Tommy and I calling the action. Number 12, big defensive end, leads the leagues in sacks and tackles for losses, number 2, and in block kicks, local guy, heart of a Lion. Watch him this coming Saturday night and when they come home against Milwaukee on the 24th. This is what the rest of the schedule looks like, by the way. Kicking off 7 o'clock in Jacksonville this coming Saturday. Then home against Pittsburgh. And there are 3 home games left in the regular season. The Soul now at 10-3 with 5 regular season games. We got this going for it all. We'll be right back. Walk the Plank is the show.
We got this.
The Soul are breaking down walls, along with records, the best in the Arena League. Another title in sight this summer. Get your seats now. Next home showing, Father's Day, June 24. 888-789-SOUL and online at philadelphiasoul.com.
We got this.
I do a lot of weird stuff to save money.
Carpooling.
We clip coupons. Coupons. Coupons.
You gotta eat leftovers, man. You got to.
Susquehanna Bank knows you're always looking for ways to save money.
Well, I eat in a lot more than I used to.
I use this to get places.
I buy generic everything. We use those swirly light bulbs.
You work hard for your money, and Susquehanna can help you keep more of it with free checking. Open your account today. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. Member FDIC.
If you've been seriously injured in an auto accident, remember this name. If you're being pressured by the insurance company to take a settlement that isn't fair, remember this name. If you need someone to fight for you to get the money you deserve, remember this name. Lundy Law. Call 1-800-LUNDY-LAW. Winning millions for clients in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware for over 50 years.
Hi, this is Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Chicky and Pete's has been recognized as the best sports bar in North America. We couldn't have done it without you, our loyal fans. You know, the Philadelphia sports fan wears their heart on their sleeve and has the enthusiasm like no other city in America. So at this time, we'd like to thank you for supporting your teams and supporting us at Chicky and Pete's, making us #1. Come down to Chicky and Pete's at Packer Avenue and see the trophy for being the #1 sports bar in North America. We'll see you here at Chicky and Pete's.
Efficiency rating coming in. 20 attempts and a half goes a lot for him. Rodaball going deep, looking for Jones. He's wide open. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Dan Rodaball liked that matchup the entire way. He was locked and loaded in the pocket.
Yeah, he continues to be a Tiger and aptly named at wide receiver for the Soul. Continues to lead the league in just about every offensive category as the Soul win again and go to 10-3 on the season. Welcome back to Walk the Plank, brought to you by Foods Galore, new exclusive makers of Artisan's Pride meats. Now sold exclusively at Crystal Lake Thriftway, the Shop and Bag in Richboro, PA, the South Square markets in Philadelphia, and all 8 Blitz's markets at the South Jersey Shore. Tiger, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, another big day. You know, your normal numbers. 125 yards, a couple touchdowns. Actually, your norm is 3 touchdowns again. You're off by 1.
Yeah, I missed it by 1.
Missed it by 1.
Get it next time, though. Make up for it.
Yeah. But a big win, and this one came right down to the wire. We were talking about the big play by Rodaball on that last second throw to Donovan, and it had to be right on the money.
Oh, he threaded the needle on that one. I mean, we went short corner, and with the end zones that Milwaukee have being rounded.
That's right.
There's no back corner, so you have to throw everything short, and it was a tight ball, and he got it in there.
Yeah.
A little bit about the teammate with Larry Brackens, that first touchdown that he caught
his Tiger
in the corner. Did the little flip over the back of the wall. Did you give him any pointers on that?
I got a ball up when you go over. You know, his legs are a little bit longer than mine, so he hits more things than I hit going over.
I was a little disappointed because he wasn't able to do the touchdown dance.
I know.
That's
I was waiting on him to do it, but he got over the wall. You could tell he had hurt himself, and so it was good. Good touchdown, though. Good catch.
Tiger, you go to 10-3 now on the year. I guess you're pretty happy with your own performance. And yet the offense in the last, 4 or 5 games, Dan had a flawless performance last week, but this past week, 2 more interceptions, and I think there have been 10 turnovers in the last 4 games total.
Yeah, that's something we have to take care of, and we're really focusing on that, taking care of the ball, and that's been a major sticking point for us. Worrying about what we do, it doesn't really matter who we out playing. If we feel like if we take care of us, we'll be all right. So
you talk about offensive players of the year candidates. Tiger's name's right at the top.
We just sold the defensive player of the year, maybe Brian Robinson.
109 receptions. He was receiver of the year last year in the Arena Football League. CFL interest, NFL interest. Hey. How do you keep that all in perspective and still going out in every game? It's consistency for you.
Well, you know, that's something that's down the line. Obviously, that's where everybody wants to get to the next level, and you just got to take it one game at a time and continue to do what you do. And if that happens, you just cross that bridge when you get there.
Now the game coming up, next step in the road, because you only have 5 games left in your regular season now, and then the playoffs. And I know that's the goal, is New Orleans, and the Arena Bowl. We got this and all that kind of stuff. You go down to Jacksonville, though, and just like the game in Orlando about a month and a half ago, it's tough to play in Florida.
It is. Florida is a big pool. Got tremendous athletes coming out of Florida, and especially in this league, you can't take anybody for granted. You know, Orlando, we went down there, they were only had one win. They gave us all we had, all we wanted. Yeah. And it's going to be the same thing this week. You know, teams that we're getting ready to play now are going to have the same attitude that we had last week. You know, we lost to Milwaukee the first time. Coming back, you want to avenge the loss. And two, teams are trying to get into the playoffs. You know, they're in a heated battle on that side of the division.
That's true.
And they're going to be giving us everything we want.
Yeah, so they're right in the playoff race, aren't they, Tom?
Couple things to point out. They do, too, also have the rounded corners.
Yep.
So that is a thing to keep in mind as well. Yep. But last year with Dallas, you guys beat them in Jacksonville, their championship season last year.
We went down there, and they were hot. They were like 13-1. They were just killing everybody. We went down there and bum rushed, jumped on them quick, and never looked back. So that was a great win for us.
So Dallas is able to take some of those pieces in place, knocked off the defending champion. Another element that was just mentioned today is Mishai Robinson, who we traded to Jacksonville, will be activated for that game. How does that game plan for you heading into Jacksonville?
Well, Mishai's a great DB. You know, the stats he's put up the last couple of years is no arguing with his talent. It's going to be a tough game. It's a little bit of familiarity right there. He was with us for I don't know how many weeks, so we kind of know each other. It's going to be a battle.
Tiger Jones, Anthony Tiger Jones, and wears the name well. Best all-around receiver in all of the AFL with a 10-3 Philadelphia Soul. You'll watch them on TV on the Comcast Network this Saturday night from Jacksonville, live at 7. And then the next home game on the 24th, right here in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center. Make it a Father's Day present for the dad in your life. Call 888-789-SOUL for tickets. And be right back with us for more Walk the Plank.
If you've been seriously injured in an auto accident, remember this name. If you're being pressured by the insurance company to take a settlement that isn't fair, remember this name. If you need someone to fight for you to get the money you deserve, remember this name. Lundy Law. Call 1-800-LUNDY-LAW. Winning millions for clients in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware for over 50 years.
Scott, he's doing a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chicky and Pete's as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage, because I still have my wife and I still have you.
So, Mr. Jaworski, we wanted to show you the new packaging for Goldenberg's Peanut Chews. Of course, it still has the same original chewy, chocolatey, peanutty taste. Would you like to try one?
Sure.
So?
Man, these are really good. Mm-hmm. What? Now that's chewing it old school.
The Soul are breaking down walls, along with records, the best in the Arena League. Another title in sight this summer. Get your seats now. Next home showing, Father's Day, June 24. 888-789-SOUL. And online at PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
We got this!
The Soul Injury Report is brought to you every week by 1-800-LUNDY-LAW. And for this Saturday's game at Jacksonville, which you'll see at 7 o'clock live on the Comcast Network, Zip Duncan is out along with Christian Johnson. That's the offensive line for the Soul. Keon Perry, Jerome Hayes out. Questionable Larry Brackets after he just came back again, and Dusty Bear still kind of on the fence. The Injury Report brought to you by 1-800-LUNDY-LAW. Injury and disability lawyers serving PA, NJ, and Delaware. Lundy Law is the official law firm of the Philadelphia Soul, and Leonard Lundy, you see him all over. He gets more FaceTime than any anchorman that I know these days in town. Everybody knows.
Thank you.
They knew you in Spokane,
yes,
man. They knew about the Lundy Law penalty flags. And you've got a big day coming up on Father's Day on the 24th with your big giveaway. Tell us about it again.
We're giving away a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. It's a specially designed motorcycle. We're raffling it off, and every nickel goes to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
That's
so
nice.
we're very proud of this. You can go to the Lundy Law Website, Facebook page, go to the game. You can buy the raffles. They're only $5 a raffle, 3 for $10. And again, the proceeds go to a wonderful hospital for children in Philadelphia.
And if you come down to see the game in person, and we know you will, you'll hear Leonard himself on the microphone during the penalty flags with the Lundy Law penalty flag call. Very professionally done.
Lou.
Jacksonville coming up this weekend, and after looking at the Lundy Law injury report, I got to ask you, you're missing your 2 starters on that offensive line now.
Yeah, but you know what? There's always players out there willing to help your team that you don't know about. So we're just leaning on hope that we're going to find some of those players. And we last week I think we had the 2 guys that filled in did a great job. So.
Well, that's what the Arena League's all about anyway.
Yes,
Two-way players and guys that are always ready to step in. And I hear Brian Robinson wants to play a little tight end for you, as a matter of fact.
You know what? Brian's so versatile. He's athletic. He blocks kicks. I think he's leading the league right now in block kicks. But, most of it starts with an attitude, and he's got a great attitude.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up this weekend. The next game on the road to the Arena Bowl in Jacksonville, Saturday night. They are the defending champs, but the Soul handled them in their one meeting here at the Wells Fargo Center, 56-38. They're a 500 team, but they're in their battle for the playoffs right now, and you'll see it live on the Comcast Network with Tom Goodhines and me calling the action beginning at 7 o'clock. And we urge you, as always, to go onto Facebook and find the Soul, and just by liking them there, you're automatically entered to win 2 free round-trip tickets to this year's Arena Bowl, which is in New Orleans, Louisiana, for 4 days and 3 nights, all paid for by the Soul. Go to facebook.com/Soul right now, and you can also get some tickets on there by calling 888-789-SOUL. And also, when you're on the Facebook site, you'll see that there are big days coming up. Help the Soul build a better neighborhood this coming Thursday and Friday in the Overbrook section of Philadelphia. Soul players, the staff, the Soulmates will all be on hand, so go to the Facebook page now. Leonard, thank you for your support of this franchise, as always. And Doug, good luck in Jacksonville. We'll see you on the air at 7 o'clock and every week right here on Walk the Plank. I'm Lou Tilley for Tom Goodhines, Tiger Jones, and Brian Robinson. Thanks for joining us.
Walk the Plank is presented by Valley Forge Casino Resort, located just 2 minutes from the King of Prussia Mall on North Gulf Road. And by Bud Light. Here we go.